Hi, everybody. I know I said I would be back today. I'm super sorry. I thought I was going to be able to do it. My body said, no, you're not. I should be back tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But I have for you today a review activity about identifying slope and y-intercept and writing your equation. This one will be okay, I promise. Let's get started. So your first slide isn't much of anything other than telling you this activity will be self-checking. I did link the notes, so you may want to have a document of those open or have those open in a separate tab. There is a Spanish version here if you need it. And on to slide 2. So what we have here is we have an equation, and some people are already getting anxious because there's two variables. There's a fraction, there's a minus. Don't panic. Remember, we have this equation, y equals mx plus b. This equation is written in what is called slope-intercept form, where the m is the slope, or how steep the line is, the b is the y-intercept, or where the line crosses the y-axis. So what we're looking to see is what number is sitting in place of the m in our equation. So when I come down here, the m is right next to the x, so the number right next to the x is this 5/4. That means this is my slope. So it says find the slope. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to type 5/4. I'm going to hit submit, and it tells me I'm right. Good job. Pat myself on the back. And then I get to move over to slide 3. Same equation. So what am I doing? Is it 5/4 again? Let's check. 5/4. Oh my goodness. 5/4? Nope, because this doesn't want the slope. This one wants the y-intercept. So if I look back here, the y-intercept is the number after the plus. Well, there's no plus here. What does that mean? Right here means that my y-intercept is not going to be a positive. It means my y-intercept is going to be a negative. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Let's head to slide 4. Now, we have a word problem. What I want you to remember about a word problem is really easy. To find slope, we're looking for a secret word. We're looking for the word per. To find the y-intercept, we're looking for where the problem starts, or the number that's only going to happen one time. That should be a 1 or a O, not a a U, sorry. So if I look at this problem, it says Brooke and her friends decide to go bowling. The cost for the group is $15 for shoe rental plus $4 per game. So these two numbers are going to go in here. Which one's which? Well, the 4 is with the per. I look over here. Per is with the M. That means that my $4 is going to be my slope. My 15 goes for my y-intercept because you only rent shoes one time when you go bowling. And now I just have to write the equation. So I'm going to do y equals 4x plus 15. I just plug it into that equation of y equals mx plus b. Very good. Now, what do you do on a problem like this where they don't give you a number with the x? Well, they give us a symbol right here, right? That's easy. So that symbol tells me my slope is going to be a negative, right? Good. So let's just put that in there so we don't forget. But a negative what? It can't be a negative x. That's not going to be right. There's only one number in algebra we don't have to write when it's with a variable, and that's a 1. Yep. So then can you figure out what the y-intercept is going to be? It's going to be a 2. Good job. All right. I want to jump over to a table. So look here. We have this table. We learned in class that to find slope from a table, we're looking for the rate of change. It's how the values are changing, because to find out how steep the line is, we got to see how it's changing. So we look at the x values. If I go from -2 to 0, 0 to 2, 2 to 4, what are the x values changing by? Yep, they're changing by a +2. Sorry for my sloppiness. What about my y values? Going from 16 to 21, 26 to 31, or 21 to 26, 26 to 31. Yep, they're increasing. And what are they increasing by? They are increasing by 5. Now, here's where you have to be careful. Slope is written as rise. It's supposed to be an arrow up. That did not look very good at all. Let me just take that off of there. Slope is supposed to be rise over run. That means this goes on top, this goes on the bottom. So for our slope, we're going to do 5 over 2. Y-intercept on a table, I'm looking for where the line crosses, or on a graph, it's where the line crosses the y-axis. Well, it crosses the y-axis at x equals 0. So right here in this table, I have a 0. That means my y-intercept is going to be 21. Now, this one is written funny. I don't know why they did the coding this way, but normally we would say y equals 5 over 2 x plus 21. But when I go to check it, it tells me I'm wrong. That's the correct equation. However, the coding on this one, like I said, is weird. So we're going to try the decimal. Decimal works. All right. This one, same thing. Find the rate of change, reduce the slope. But on this one, when it comes to finding the y-intercept, there's no 0 for x. So if I look at this table, it goes 8, 6, 4, 2, 0 would be the next number, right? And it would go here. So follow the pattern backwards. What would be your y-intercept if this pattern continued? So I went 28, 22, 22, 16, 16, 10. Yep, it's decreasing by 6. So what's 10 minus 6? 10 minus 6 is 4. Very good. Now, I don't want to confuse you here because that means our y-intercept on this one's going to be 4. Now to do your slope, go the other way. So this one's changing by a +2 on the x and a +6 on the y. I said -6, but that we were going backwards. And remember, it has to be written rise over run. Our rise is then 6. Our run is 2. So our slope is going to be 6 over 2, which would be 3. So then let's write our equation. Y equals 3x plus 4. All right, last thing to talk about is writing an equation on a graph. These are not scary. You guys did actually really, really well at these. First thing you're going to do is find your y-intercept. It's right here. Okay. I come over here and I start typing this in right away. That way I know. My y-intercept is right here. What number on my x-axis is the y-intercept sitting on? It's sitting on a -1, right? That's my b. Okay. So now I can come back here and I can change that to a -1. That should say a -1. And then I just need to pick out 2 points. So I can start here and I'm going to draw my step up, over, and now I'm counting. How many squares up did I go? I went up 1, 2, and then I went over 1, 2, 3. So my rise was 2. My run was 3. So my slope becomes 2 over 3. So then all I have to do is come back to my equation, take out the m, and put in 2 over 3. Let's see how we did. I wonder if it's wrong because I did this. Yep, didn't want that plus the negative. Very, very good. So that's all you need to do. Finish the other slides, type done in the drop box in Echo, and I will know to grade it. By the way, on the very last one, lines going down, what's that mean for your slope? Yeah, your slope's going to be negative. Don't forget. Happy working. I'm proud of you. I'll see you tomorrow.